I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. The call to police came shortly after 4 a.m. Sunday. A vehicle had gone out of control along Upper Broadway in the city of Newburgh. It crashed into 3 cars, wiped out a parking meter, and slammed into the front of a travel agency business at 394 Broadway, setting off the burglar alarm and attracting passers-by. One of them, Newburgh resident Michael Wygant.
I walk my dog every day, every morning, and you see just about anything could happen in this little strip of area right here. There's parties always going on around here, with the bars here and everything. There's always a little action. Between 3 and 4 o'clock, you can set your watch by it. That was crazy. It's the craziest thing I've seen in a while.
The driver of the pickup truck that caused all the damage, 24-year-old Christopher Matthews of Newburgh, was charged with aggravated driving while intoxicated and was being held pending arraignment on the felony charge. Emergency responders had to remove him from the vehicle. The damaged building, an Hispanic travel agency business, was able to open today. Democratic candidates here in the Hudson Valley have begun to launch campaigns in preparation for a June 26 primary to determine the candidate who will run in November against incumbent Republican Congresswoman Nan Hayworth. On Saturday, Town of Woodbury resident Ann Jacobs Moultrie, a registered nurse and healthcare labor union representative, officially kicked off her campaign for the Democratic Party ballot line. She told supporters that Hayworth hasn't provided a strong enough voice in Washington for those in her 19th congressional district.
Well, I don't think she's been dealing very well with the economy in the Hudson Valley region. We have a huge amount of foreclosures. We have elderly who can't afford their taxes. They're leaving the area. They're leaving the home that their children were raised in. I want to focus more on the issues from the Hudson Valley, not being part of the team, so to speak, in Washington in terms of not paying any attention to local issues.
Among the other Democrats who will be on the June primary ballot, Rich Becker, a councilman from the town of Cortland, Wappingers Falls Mayor Matt Alexander, and Tuxedo Park Mayor Tom Wilson. Elsewhere, a woman from Kerhonkson will be in court February 24th to face an animal cruelty charge. 40-year-old Carrie Ann Baker was arrested following an investigation conducted by the Ulster County SPCA into the treatment of her 8-year-old German Shepherd. Dog was euthanized in late January, but not before concerned individuals provided photographs and forwarded the pictures to the SPCA. The charge against Baker is based on the accusation that the dog had been in a state of severe neglect and that she had failed to provide it proper care. What will all our area school districts do with all their unused snow days, assuming our mild winter weather continues? Most districts in the region haven't had to use any snow days, and that situation should continue at least through this week. In Port Jervis, district officials are not yet ready to start giving students and teachers extra days off. That decision will likely come at a school board meeting in March.
We know there's still some winter left, certainly. We also know in the last couple of years we've had a flood day, we've had transformers go out, so we've burned up days occasionally that weren't snow days. So we were very cognizant of that. We didn't want to start giving back days and then, God forbid, be short. So we'll have that discussion in March. I'm sure we'll look at maybe adding a day maybe to the spring break. We'll also maybe add a couple days at Memorial Day, maybe the last day of the school year. Those are some of the options we'll certainly start talking about. By law, districts must have 180 days of school, and ending the school year early isn't really a viable option due to testing requirements. Xanthus says besides not having to use snow days so far during the mild winter weather, they're also benefiting from heating cost savings and the educational continuity that comes when there's no unanticipated days off. Levon Helm will have to find more space on his mantle for his latest Grammy Award statue. The legendary drummer from Woodstock won the Grammy last night in the Best Americana category for his album Ramble at the Ryman. It's his third Grammy in the past 4 years. Helm recently returned home from the hospital following what was described as a successful medical procedure.
And just in time for Valentine's Day, a group of kids spent part of Saturday making chocolate horses, a creative workshop fittingly held at the Harness Racing Museum in Goshen, where staff was combining the love of horses and chocolate for kids ages 3 to 12. The museum hosts monthly workshops for kids that also include horse-themed games and a ride in the museum's 3D harness racing simulator. Clouds will dominate our weather for the next few days. Tuesday will be mostly cloudy with a chance of a little late-day rain or wet snow. The high should be in the 40 to 45 degree range. More clouds in the forecast for Wednesday, but it'll be milder with temperatures expected to climb up around 50 degrees. Get a complete wrap-up of all the day's developments in tomorrow's Times-Herald Record. And when news breaks, Record Online is the place to find it. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.